Okay, everybody. I'm here today for our second edition of the Penn Roundup, and I'm here with my favorite cornerback, Jamie Daniels. Jamie, introduce yourself.
I'm Jamie, class of '95, war number 9, 2 chips, undefeated. That's about it.
So tell me something. How did you get to Penn? Who was it who recruited you?
How I could get the pen? That's interesting story. It was Coach Zopoulos, I think. But I didn't have any intentions of going to Penn. I never heard of Penn. I wanted to be a quarterback still. That's what I was in high school. And so then my mother, after I went on the visit, I liked it, and she said, "That's about it. You're going there." So I didn't really have a choice.
So, one thing I remember about you is two things: the interceptions and your ability to communicate with members of the opposing team.
That's what you
Um,
call it.
let's talk about the second one first. Um, Why don't we tell me a little bit about your skill in communications of diplomatic relationships with the opponents?
All right. So there's two parts of this. One is that I naturally talk trash, like just in general in everything. But
Who
the other
coached you on how to do that?
that that's like when you're
Did
growing
Maceo help
up.
you at all or no?
Mace doesn't in the games. Mace didn't talk a lot of trash. Mike Turner was more like me in that Mike would talk trash, but Mike talks under his breath. So he doesn't say anything that you can tell. Me, you can see the helmet going, and I'm looking at the opposing side. So, but the other thing, and I'm gonna blame Toop and Flans for this, is that they put the corners out on their own, and so we never went in the huddle. So I'm on their sideline, ain't nothing to do. So let's talk about some things. I asked them to draw plays that went to me, and they decided not to.
So you had quite a few interceptions at Penn. I know I got a favorite pick six of yours. Um, tell me what was your favorite and a little bit about the interceptions you had.
My favorite pick of all time is last game Cornell when they threw it deep to Berryman. I think the dude's name was, and I ended the game on that pick. The funniest one is Lafayette, I think, and that's the one where I went on the side, like I ran down the south sideline after I scored. So those two are the ones that I would say are my favorites.
You know what my favorite one was?
Sophomore year,
Yeah, Columbia.
91 yards. Yeah,
Yeah, the
Uh,
91 yards, the fourth longest pick six in Penn history.
yeah.
I mean,
I,
that was definitely my favorite, you know?
I didn't like it because I was young and didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
So if I'd have known what to do, like it would have been a whole scene. But I was young and just.
But I remember we thought, and we've had this discussion, recently. Uh, we thought you were supposed to take over and be the career leader in interceptions at Penn, and explain to you why, after your sophomore year, that didn't happen.
Oh, I absolutely would have. If they kept throwing at me the rate that they did in my junior year,
Yeah.
because I was like they went weighing at me a lot that year, and I had like probably like 5 or 6 picks in that year. But then my senior year, after game 3, I might have had like one after that.
Yeah. They stopped throwing
Like
in
I
your
had,
direction.
yeah, I had three in a game. Um, at Holy Cross, no, it's home. And then I had one after that, and then they stopped throwing at me until the last game when it was Berryman, and they had to, and I ended that for him.
All right. So let's talk a little bit about some games. You okay with that?
Sure.
Okay. November 6th, 1993.
All right.
Princeton homecoming.
Right.
Tell me what do you remember about the warm up? What was the plan to stop Elias? Would you be interested in looking at some game film?
Sure. The game plan, Elias didn't enter into to my thought because our front seven was so good that I didn't even think about him. So even his trash talk and all that stuff, I was just like, Goody and them are gonna they're gonna take care of it.
They're going to take his head off, aren't they?
Yeah, so I was like, I didn't even. My thing was Mark Ross, and so he was their guy. So first play of the game, they tested me. I think I knocked it down, or he was just locked up. So then after that, they started to run, and that wasn't gonna happen. So I was hoping that they would throw it more, but I mean, I think they knew what would happen.
Okay, let's look at some game film. Let me see if I can do this right. You see this?
This is the end of the play. Okay, yeah,
Where are you? Up here?
yep, inside leverage. Now the only thing here is that I came too far inside, but I got back out on him.
Yeah.
He's kind of light.
And this is the play that made Sports Illustrated.
Yeah, I remember that for sure. But this play, I don't even remember it. I didn't even know that they got that close, and it's sad that they got that close because they weren't that good.
Okay.
You should have blanked them. They weren't that good.
I'm sorry. I'll work better next time.
No,
Um,
I mean us. It should have been 30-0. They scored twice. I don't know how.
so let's talk about shutouts.
We could
The
do that.
1994 team had two shutouts. Do you know what you remember them?
1994. So that's senior year. So had to be was Yale that year? May have been Yale, like 43-0. And then who else did we blank? The beginning of the year, the Dartmouth was 13-11, I think.
Say, don't
Oh,
know, tell me because I remember all this stuff.
I don't remember the other one. I'm thinking it's Yale. I don't know who the other one was.
The two shutouts were Brown and Harvard.
Well, there you go.
Okay. Two road games.
Brown and Harvard. No, Harvard was home, wasn't it?
I thought Harvard was home that year. Harvard was home that year.
Yeah,
And the
I remember the scoreboard.
Lafayette, Holy Cross, Columbia, and Yale were all single digits.
Yeah,
Okay.
and
Now,
Dartmouth should have been.
should have been. How good was the defense that year? How good was the coaching staff?
Our staff,
Who else was on that team? Remember?
yeah, for sure. I mean, like that year, the defensive ends were Good Willie, not Good Willie, sorry, Pup and McGarity, and you weren't getting around them. So I didn't make tackles for games because I had Pup in front of me, Mike Turner, and you weren't getting by him. So there was times where the only way I would make a tackle is if they passed it, and they didn't want to pass that much. So it was. I remember a stretch where I didn't make a tackle in like three games. That's how good the front was.
So, who else? What about the coaches? You had
My
Flanders, didn't you?
my coach was Flans. Yeah, he by far is the best defensive back coach that I've ever seen. And by watching pros in other colleges, I know that he's the best probably in the game because there's basic stuff. And I was talking to Rico about this yesterday, actually, about how good Flans was as a coach, just technique wise. And that's why like a lot of my talent wasn't like I'm fast or whatever, but Flans is technique and my talent. You weren't getting open on me because of how he taught.
Yeah, and the thing I remember is, you had Flanders, you had
Two
Tooper, you had Shape,
Shave.
you had Ray, um,
Yep.
and I mean, you can say this and that. Tooper, I still follow on Facebook. Um,
No, he can
Flanders,
coach.
Flanders, Tooper just retired.
Really?
He retired from Merchant Marine Academy. Flanders is still working. I talk to him like once a year. I mean,
Where is he?
I think he's up at Union.
Okay. Oh, he went
But
back.
yeah, but these were the nicest guys in the world.
They
I
were
mean, they
good.
taught us a lot. Even me, you know. Um,
Flans can coach. Like he's a really good coach.
yeah. Remember the Dartmouth game that year?
Yep.
We traveled to Dartmouth, right?
Yep.
What do you remember about that morning?
There was that game. There was a coach there who was from Penn. I forget his name, but
John
that was
Fitzgerald, Piggy Lyons,
no. It was this big dude. I
Gilmore.
forget. Yes, I think that was him. Yeah, big guy. Um, talked a lot. So in the beginning of the game, he was talking to us a bit. Now, this is our first game. In camp, we knew we were the best team in the league. So we were confident. So that's the game that started the whole team talking trash. Because there was a point at the end of the game, it was a goal line stance, and Dartmouth was scared. Like everyone was talking trash, and they were shook.
Since you've left Penn, what have you been doing? Who do you keep up with?
I keep up with like Rico Rel. I keep up with Terrence and JC. I'm occasionally, but yeah, I got my oldest son is an athlete now. So we do a lot of working out and training. So he's the focus right now.
You remember your last game at Franklin Field?
Last game Franklin Field. I'm thinking it's Harvard.
Yeah. Remember walking off?
Yeah. Well, I mean that game, like we knew we were champs then, and so like we were on the field for a while, like pictures and stuff, and then I remember us going into to the locker room, and we knew it was over. I mean, we won, and that's why the next game we came out so bad because it was like it was already over. Everyone else had two losses at least,
Yeah.
so it didn't matter what we did.
And that last one was up at Cornell, but we were down, I think, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah,
And
because of Toop. He came in the locker room. He gave this emotional speech. Everyone's crying, and we went out and we got rocked in the first half. The offense played fine, but defensively we were trash.
okay. Do you have any plans in coming to the upcoming season?
I believe I'm gonna make a game or two. I
Which
don't know
game?
which
I'm
though.
there. I'm there for almost everyone. Terrence said he's coming for homecoming. I want to see you there this year.
I doubt I'm coming for that one. I don't like crowds like that. But probably like one of the other ones. Like Brown or something. If Brown's home, if Brown is home, I go to that one maybe. But I don't even know. I haven't even seen them the schedule. But I would think I would make one down,
Okay.
make it down for one.
Now, when we talked, you said you wanted to ask me questions.
Did I?
You did.
About what? You remember?
I don't remember. You said you wanted to ask me about, I don't know, but I figured I made sure I leave some time so you can turn the the table on me to make sure.
No, I don't. No. I think you were saying that you wanted to prep me, and I was like, I
Oh,
don't need no prep.
that's for sure.
I'm always live.
Um, I thank you for taking the time to talk with me.
Sure,
Um, and I just wanted to, this is now the second thing. And like I said, I really want to see you at a game this fall. Bring your kid.
I'll
And,
make it.
the thing now that's kind of fun is seeing them come out of the locker room. They've got lights, loud music, all
Hey,
that fun stuff. Get them
hey,
fired up,
do,
you
do,
know?
do, do they have smoke?
They do have smoke, I think.
Get out of here. That's
Yeah,
funny.
smoke, lights, and like rock music.
Right on.
Um,
I like it.
but I look forward to seeing you. Okay.
Yep, I'll make it
Um,
down.
I just want to say thanks to everyone. This is now the second edition of the Penn Roundup, and hopefully, my next interviewee, I got to call him later today, and I want to get him scheduled this week.
Nice.
Stay safe, everyone. Take care.
All right.